Hey guys, I listened to my gay rant video, my gay marriage rant video, and I noticed that I said that, something about engagements and length of time, basically. This is more of an advice than anything, because, I am married, and I've been married for quite some time now, and I've been with my husband longer than that. I think it's, getting close to 7 years. Where's my wedding ring? Yeah, I have the date of my wedding engraved in my wedding ring, and I'm the one that forgets what year it is. I know what day, just not what year. And I managed to drop it. I am a genius. Anyway, my point being that we've been together a long time, and we get along, we know our quirks, we know what we like, we know what we don't like. I mean, yeah, we're learning new things about each other still, because we're still human, but we know we're compatible. We've been together for years. I'm not even kidding. I think we dated a year before we got engaged, and then we got married a year after that, at least. My parents actually started to complain why it was taking so long for the wedding to happen. You haven't even picked the place yet, 6 months in. Give me a break. Usually it was a dress they were complaining about, but we took our time with it. And especially with celebrities, and if there are any celebrities that somehow stumbled upon this channel and are about to get married after meeting someone for 3 months, stop! Please stop! Think about it for a minute and date for a little longer, at least a year. There's a reason I'm saying this. You want to get to know someone. You want to make sure you actually don't want to strangle them the minute you see them in the morning. And you want to make sure that they don't have some weird quirk that's going to drive you up the wall. Or even more seriously, you want to make sure they're not going to be a controlling, abusive ass. I'm not even kidding on that. Also, you want to make sure you're not sending each other the wrong signals, because I've seen that too. You need to understand each other before you get married, because marriage means you're going to end up living together for a bit. Even if it's just moving in with each other, it's the same thing. You're going to be moving in with each other, and yeah, once you're married, you're kind of, you're still individuals, but you're sharing about at least 50% of your life. And the reason I'm saying 50% is that that's a very conservative estimate. Me and my husband are around each other most of the weekends. We are around each other half of the weekdays. Half the weekdays I'm home alone, which is when I can do these goofball little rants. The other half, we are either sleeping in the bed together or at the computers. We each have our own computer because it's more convenient more than anything else. Talking, or we're eating dinner together. And when we go to parties and such, we do ride together. We're together a lot of the time. And we even do things just him and me, especially for our birthdays and stuff. And we know we're compatible with each other. We care about each other a lot. I mean, we don't always get along. I mean, let's face it, I'm kind of a tabletop gamer, and he's more just sitting watching movies. So, there are things like that we don't get along, but we've found ways around it. But this is really just a pure romance rant, by the way. But that's because we got lucky, too. We were able to get to know each other for more than 3 months. In fact, when he popped the question, I didn't even expect until another year at least for him to pop the question. So I was very happily surprised. Yeah, that's another thing. Don't push someone into asking your hand in marriage. That's not a good idea. If they're going to ask you to get married, they're going to ask you to get married. If you're a little unsure about where you stand, then yes, talk to them. You're supposed to. You're in a relationship. That's what communication actually means. Is if there's a little issue, you talk to each other about it. And you decide where to go from the answers and from there. Also, I'm going to point out that you don't have to rush into a relationship. Date the person, get to know them a little bit. I mean, I dated my husband a long time, like I said, And you should do the same thing, really. I know people that will be like so close to each other, like 3 months into the relationship, like it looks like they're about to get married. And I'll sit there going, either this is going to be a great relationship, because it does happen. I'm not saying it does. I'm just saying it does. I'm just saying, be careful. Or, oh dear God, they're going to break up in 2 minutes. The other thing I'm going to point out is, don't think of a fight as the end of the relationship. It just means you found a road bump, no matter how big the fight is, unless the person hits you. Yeah, if they hit you, then break up. But if they just, scream and yell and you both storm off at each other, just cool down. Think about, what did they say? Were they nasty or were they just angry? Talk it out and go from there. You do have to take these things a step at a time. If they're being like verbally abusive and really berating you and insulting you, then break it up then too. If they cheat, I have a very low tolerance to cheating, because honestly I think it's just really freaking stupid. At least propose an open relationship first. Again, I'm a little insane. Also, there are those that complain, I'm not in a relationship, I'm so lonely, when am I gonna find it? And they're 21. I've run into this and I've told them flat out, knock it the frick off. They're young, they will find someone, or if they don't, they'll probably still be perfectly happy. There are people that do not want a relationship at all and are perfectly happy, and they're over 40. There's a reason for that. Everyone's different. It's this Hollywood idea of finding true love that's kind of getting into their heads. I never bought into that because, to be perfectly honest, I didn't want to have to wear the princess dress. Like I said, I'm a very strange person. But I didn't expect my marriage to be the happily ever after, because you still kind of have to live after the happily ever after. And, I have a pretty close to ideal life. I don't have kids yet, but I have a nice house. I have a good family. I have a great husband. I have cute kitties. I have good friends. So for me, that's pretty damn close to ideal. But that's just me, and I got lucky. I hate to tell you this, but 99% of the stuff that happens to you is luck. So instead of harping on getting a relationship and getting married, like as soon as you're in one, take it slow. The person will find you if you're going to be together. I randomly found my husband at a sci-fi convention, so I can tell you this right now. And don't rush into a marriage. Don't rush into an engagement. Take your time. Take it slow. Sex is another story altogether. I'm going to let you judge when you're ready to do that. Just use protection, okay? You don't need babies until you're absolutely sure you're going to be with this person. Okay? Otherwise, that gets awkward very fast. And also, you don't want STDs, so use protection. But otherwise, just take your time. Take it slow. There's no rush for any of this. Unless you're going to die tomorrow, and then you might want to do something other than get married, like bungee jumping. I'm kidding. Yeah, you get my point. Just take your time with things. Instead of just, diving into it, take your time, relax. By the way, this does not apply to casual sex. If you want to have casual sex, as long as you do the protection thing, good on ya. Hey, I'm all for it. It's fun. Trust me, sex is fun. And now every parent on the planet is like, oh dear God, what is she doing? Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Have fun. Bye.